It's official. It's official. It's official.
Combine season is upon us.
I'ma do this here forever.
EQ.
Forever.
Try it.
Forever. Forever. I'ma do this here forever. All you haters better be gone. This the day you've been waiting on. Your
Welcome to the Short Sports Show. I'm your host, Daniel Short. Today is Wednesday, April 27th, 2016. And you guys already know what that means. We are one beautiful day away from the NFL draft. I am excited, nervous, and do not believe anything I see for the rest of the next 24 to 36 hours because it's all going to change. Everybody's going to say, oh, this team's leaning this way, the other team's leaning that way. They might trade, they might be getting calls, they might not be. One team might get a quarterback. All these different things are going to come out because, one, people like money clicks, clickbaits. That's just what they're going to do. That's what I do if I had my website. I'd do the same thing. No, I'm just joking. But the other thing is, so many people are going to have whatever. They want to start a discussion. They want to do whatever they want to just say, to get people's minds racing, thinking their teams are going to flop the pick or might be just thinking differently. Who knows? But obviously, this is going to be more than just the NFL draft talk. We're going to talk about some NBA basketball. Some big news over there, as well as some college football, and I am just excited because we have a lot of great things. The intro you guys just heard is by Triune featuring EQ. That song is Forever. You can buy it on iTunes right now. Link is in the description down below. And also, we, the Short Sports Show, are just excited for the brand new opportunity we now have. We have our first sponsor, InnerGrind. I am excited for this. It's going to be just huge for the show, and it's just a lot of big things are going to be happening, guys. So, and I couldn't do it without you guys. All of you listening have helped this show tremendously grow from averaging like 20 listeners to now over 1,500 listeners per show. That's crazy. That's awesome. And I thank you guys so much. So be sure, again, to like, share, and rate this on iTunes, Spreaker.com, Stitcher Radio. No matter where you're listening to, share it on social media. It does me a ton. And just give it a rating on iTunes. That helps out a ton as well. So thank you guys so much for this. And let's check out InnerGrind. Today's show is sponsored by InnerGrind. Based out of Houston, Texas, let former Texas State linebacker Michael Orakpo help you reach your fitness and nutrition goals. With plans starting at $6.99 a month, why not be a part of this rising program? Whether your goals are to lose weight, gain muscle mass, find the right off-season program, or even for you ladies out there to get that booty blast, you can do it all with InnerGrind. Not in the Houston area, not a problem. InnerGrind has a program that is personalized just for you. InnerGrind has everything you need to meet your personal and healthy goals. NFL linebackers like Titans Brian Orakpo, Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson, Oakland Raiders defensive back DJ Hayden. I mean, the list goes on and on, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers linebacker David Mayo and Buccaneers running back Charles Sims, along with many other young athletes, have already begun. Find your personalized workout and nutrition plan at InnerGrind.com and call 832-475-2829. Again, that's InnerGrind.com, 832-475-2829. Unleash your inner grind. Like I said, I'm excited for that. I now have my own nutrition plan with InnerGrind and a workout plan. So I'm excited. If you haven't heard the interview just yet, we're going to play the full-length interview on this show today, here in just a bit with Michael Orakpo. And I later towards the end, I talk about my plans, and I am 5'11", $152, maybe on a good day. I don't know. It's bad. I'm skinny, very skinny. And now I got this brand new nutrition plan, eating 3,000 calories a day while working out a ton. And I am excited. I am super excited. So, guys, check it out, InnerGrind.com. All links are in the description, so no matter where you're listening to, just check it out. And, again, it's easy, InnerGrind.com. So check it out, guys. It's absolutely amazing for men and women, whether you're trying to just stay healthy, get healthy, put on muscle, whatever it is, they got a plan for you. Whether you're in the Houston area or you're online, or outside of Houston, they got an online program just for you. Workouts, everything. It is awesome, and you got direct contact with Michael to help you out and train you. So it's absolutely amazing. So please check it out, InnerGrind.com. All right, let's go on to college football news and lots of good stuff. The University of California in Berkeley now, obviously, they might have a huge moment for them. They got a quarterback that might be going number 1 in the NFL draft tomorrow night, and they signed a 10-year deal with Under Armour. They are switching from Nike to Under Armour. That begins the 2017-18 year, so next year. Sources say the deal is worth almost $86 million in cash and product. It includes $3 million signing bonus, $3.5 million in cash per year, and average annual product allowance of $4.76 million. Absolutely crazy. So, again, they are switching from Nike to Under Armour, and it's really a much bigger deal. And this is why they did it. It's not because, we just like Under Armour better. Check this out. They're in their final year of the Nike deal, and Cal will receive $2 million in product and $2 million in product and $150,000 in cash. And it's now going to be an increase of 2,000%, ladies and gentlemen. Not 2%, 2,000% once they switch over to Under Armour. And it's going to be, interesting, and it's a really smart move. I know we don't really talk much about the sports business parts of it, which I would love to. But it's a great move because being in the Bay Area, obviously, guess who's there? Steph Curry's over there. He's got Under Armour. Buster Posey, his chest protector, Under Armour. So now you're going to have the entire university switching to Under Armour. It's a huge, huge move. It's a huge move, and it's a great thing, by Under Armour. Great move by them to say, hey, let's pick them up and start this college thing over there. Obviously, they're with other bigger schools too, but go to California and say, hey, we want to be the brand for you guys. Bam. And it's kind of awkward, though, because even though they're still going to be under Nike this season, and their quarterback off now, out with wings, into the NFL, and he signed with Nike. So, good thing you're still with Nike, not already just switching automatically to Under Armour. The quarterback for North Carolina has been named to take over Marquise Williams. Yeah, I thought that was right. Mitch Trubisky. He's going to be the new starting quarterback for the Tar Heels in 2016. Head coach Larry Fedora said in a statement, quote, I thought Mitch did a good job this spring and didn't just assume he was going to be the starter. He worked extremely hard and earned it. Now, last season, Trubisky appeared in 9 of 14 games, completing 40 of 47 passes for 555 yards, 6 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. He also added 101 rushing yards and 3 scores on the ground. So very talented quarterback in what most likely was garbage time for North Carolina because they did pretty good with Williams at quarterback. And now he steps in to take over the reins. And there's a lot of expectations now that North Carolina really didn't have. But because of last season and doing what they did, almost winning the ACC championship, obviously they had to run into Clemson. But we probably all thought they were going to be 7-6, 8-5 at best, maybe. Had some talented guys. Switzer's a very talented wide receiver, probably the next Wes Welker. And so we thought, okay, they're going to be solid, but we didn't think they'd be that high-octane offense and a pretty solid defense, especially after a Week 1 loss to South Carolina. That was really, really bad. And next thing you know, they go on a huge run. So North Carolina definitely has some high expectations this season, even though they're switching over to a brand new quarterback and hoping for the best here. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the show, but I want to say first off, thank you for all of your support. Without you, I'd just be some guy talking to a microphone. And I got some amazing news. I recently joined Patreon. And in case you're wondering, Patreon is an amazing way for you to earn some sweet rewards by supporting the Short Sports Show. I promise you, you will love the perks, and your support will help build this show. Go to www.patreon.com/The Short Sports Show and view the amazing rewards you would get directly from me to you by donating to the show. The link is in the description, so when you have some time, check it out. And again, thank you for listening and supporting the Short Sports Show. Now back to me rambling on about something. Miami running back Mark Walton was arrested Saturday on suspicion of driving under the influence and driving with a suspended license, leading the Hurricanes to suspend him from the team indefinitely. Now, court records show that Walton was booked into jail late Saturday afternoon, then released a few hours later. It is unclear if he retained an attorney, and the police said the investigation was continuing. Now, last season, he led Miami with 9 rushing touchdowns and 10 total touchdowns as a true freshman. He also had over 300 kickoff returns, kickoff return yards. And he was part of that crazy 8 lateral kickoff return to win against Duke, which obviously I know that dropped the ball and wasn't supposed to happen, but it did, and he was a part of it. So, and obviously a talented player. Now, the crazy thing is, this is where these kids really got to listen. Just really got to listen. Because it comes 1 week after Miami's spring game, and only minutes after that game ended, brand new Miami Hurricanes head coach Mark Rich urged his players to help each other stay out of trouble because they're going, spring camp's over with, and avoid negative headlines over the coming weeks and months between spring season and training camp. And guess what happens? Running back gets suspended and arrested. Come on now. Gotta listen. Got to listen. Who I'm hoping will start listening is a Big 12 commissioner, Bob Bowsley. He told reporters Thursday that Oklahoma President David Boren will take over as chair of the Big 12's board of directors after serving as vice chair. Now, Boren will replace Kansas State President Kirk Schultz, who is leaving for the same post at Washington State. And Boren has been the league's most vocal advocate for the Big 12 expansion back to 12 members. That's very important. Very, very important, because I want the Big 12 to expand. Because if not, it's gonna crash very, very soon, and it's gonna just be weird. We have the West Coast with the Pac-12, we have the North with the Big 10, we have the East with the SEC and the ACC. We need that central group, and that's the Big 12. It needs to grow up like that. And we need 12 teams. I mean, come on now. Everybody's going from 12 to 14. Big 12 is only at 10. It's ridiculous. So, definitely need the Big 12 to expand. Hopefully, David Warren continues to push that, and we get that. I don't care who it is. I mean, honestly, I know we talked about it before. I'm not going to get into a whole nother discussion about this, but I believe I have come to a conclusion on who I want to be the 2 members, and that's UConn and Louisville. And I know it's crazy. UConn way out there, but we got West Virginia, which is pretty much way out there right now. You add that, West Virginia helps out, and we got to go into divisions anyway, so it's not like TCU and Texas Tech and Texas and Baylor, all the Texas schools are going to continuously have to travel up to UConn once every year or every other year or whatever. We're going to go into divisions once you get to 12 teams. So, and then you have Louisville helps out, still the East with West Virginia and UConn. They got at least 2 other members to help each other stay on the East Coast. And also top basketball programs. definitely for UConn women's. Men's is getting up there. Did pretty good last season, even though Kevin Ollie might be going to the Lakers, which would be exciting if he does. So yeah, that's who I'm going with. I mean, obviously I'd love to have Miami, Florida State, and Pitt and make this a Big 16 or something, but it's not going to happen. So whatever. But hopefully we're in the right direction now. Some sad and bad news, and it makes you wonder what is truly going to happen since nothing has happened at all. That's former Baylor defensive end Sean Oakman was accused of assault by an ex-girlfriend in 2013, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we already know that he has now been arrested for allegedly raping a woman at Baylor University. And so he went from being in the 4th round to 5th, 6th round draft pick to not going to be touched at all. Not going to be touched at all. And he's now the 3rd player at Baylor recently that has, or actually over the last 4 years, to be arrested for rape. Now, this is where I'm going to get to. So I'll give you a little bit of the news, what's happening. So the police report accuses Oakman of grabbing the alleged victim and pushing her into a wall. Two continued to argue, and Oakman continued to shove her into things, according to the report. That was obtained by Rivals.com reporter Alex Dunlap. Dunlap reports Baylor knew about the incident and decided not to discipline Oakman. The alleged victim declined to press charges when speaking to police. It seems like every victim at Baylor has said that after some point. Either they came out or they just completely stayed away from it. Baylor has come under intense scrutiny, as we all know, and how they've, quote, handled it, because they haven't handled it. Former Baylor players Tevin Elliott, Sam Ukuwachu were both convicted of rape in separate trials in 2014 of January and last August. Baylor is currently the subject of a Title IX lawsuit regarding Elliott's case, with his victim accusing the school of being indifferent to her sexual assault claims. Ukuwachu was cleared by the school investigation of any wrongdoing before his conviction in court. This is what I'm getting to. 3 of the last 4 years, or excuse me, a 3rd player in the last 4 years have been arrested for rape. So how come we make a huge issue on schools paying athletes, for recruits to come to the school? And SMU, back in the day, if you haven't seen the Pony Express by ESPN 30 for 30, you're missing out. It shows you, and if you read up on it more, there's tons of books out there. There's tons of stuff to read about. And if you're able to talk to someone who was around, like thankfully my dad worked for the Dallas Morning News and Times Herald, during all of this was happening. So he got all of the good stuff. And so I was able to hear it all. And SMU gets hit with the death penalty because they paid high school athletes to come to the school to play football for them. The death penalty for that. Penn State gets almost a death penalty, and it really did hurt them when the school was punished because they knew about the incident with Jerry Sandusky raping those little kids and did nothing about it. And they got hit pretty hard. But we haven't seen anything from the NCAA talking about Baylor's situation, about multiple athletes, student athletes, raping other women or assaulting them, both, and nothing has happened. Nothing has happened other than we're looking into it. Oh, we've hired another worker for our Title IX. Oh, we've invested $2 million to help. What is that? That does absolutely nothing for what has happened. You didn't do anything to these players, and you're letting it go like, we'll learn next time. I mean, how could any parent feel comfortable about their student, mostly their daughter, going to Baylor? And even though I'm a TCU fan and I like to joke on Baylor, Baylor is really a good school, academic wise. It is a very good school. So for you to, if you're a parent, how would you feel telling your daughter if she wanted to go to Baylor because of a certain academic course or whatever major, and you're telling her, I just don't feel comfortable with you going there because of what has happened. And obviously, these happen around every school. It's sad, but it does happen. But for a school not to do anything about it, and if anything they do is put the victim down more, they kick them out of school while the student athlete continues to play, there's a huge issue. And the NCAA and no administrative has done anything about this. Why is it? Why is that? Why is it that only a few amount of media are picking this up and talking about this? And I'm not making like a conspiracy thing, but it's mind-boggling to think that something this big of a case is happening right before our eyes multiple times, and nobody is doing a thing about it. Nobody feels more comfortable because Baylor's investing $2 million more into their Title IX area, or adding an additional worker to that area so they can help prevent these sort of things. That does nothing to me that you still haven't handled anything of this. You've let all these things pass. And nobody has said, all right, look, we have a serious deal happening here. We have a serious case here. We are going to work at. Nobody's made a professional statement about this, even if it's, just throwing it out there. Nobody has. And this is happening. I am calling for the death penalty at Baylor, because this is multiple times, and this is much worse than paying a high school athlete to come to your school to play sports, which I get happens everywhere. I know Ole Miss is doing it and still not getting caught, which is amazing, because there's no way Laquan Treadmill goes from Chicago and being recruited by all these schools and decides, oh, I want to go to Mississippi. That doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, that's a different story. I'm calling for the death penalty on Baylor. It has to happen. If you look at the other cases, again, SMU paying high school athletes to come to their school, death penalty. They go to Penn State and they knew about a rape to little boys, did nothing about it, almost a death penalty. Baylor, multiple rapes, multiple players in a short time span, has done nothing about it, knew about it, and did nothing about it. Death penalty. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. This is no more, we need to look into it. We still have more evidence we got to look into. This is already happened, and nothing else is happening. There's no punishment. Are we allowing this to be okay? I mean, I want to hear someone else's comments to say, oh, yeah, we think this is okay, and this is why they shouldn't get the death penalty. I mean, it's mind-boggling. It really is. It truly, truly is. So, I don't know. Just want to throw that out there. Moving forward, Colorado head coach Mike McIntyre says he's confident that former Texas Tech quarterback Davis Webb will keep his commitment to the Buffaloes and join the team as a graduate transfer. He said Tuesday, quote, I talk to Davis Webb basically every day. Almost every night, he's told me every time he's definitely coming to Colorado. I don't have any other reason to think why he shouldn't, why he wouldn't, end quote. Now, Webb, he threw 46 touchdowns over 3 seasons at Texas Tech and has been in talks, though, even after his commitment. His Twitter bio still says committed to Colorado for the Buffaloes, whatever. He's talked to California in Berkeley. He's talked to Auburn, and he's talked to Mississippi State. Now, he's already signed a financial aid agreement with Colorado, but there are no rules that say he can't be recruited by any other program. He can still take these visits. He can still talk to these coaches. He can do everything a graduate transfer could do. And it's right for him. He should really look at his options, but a part of me feels bad because I like Colorado. I think we all kind of we have this like, oh, they're okay. They're okay. I don't think you really hate Colorado unless you're a Colorado State fan, because it's not like Colorado can do anything really bad to you. They've been bad at sports for such a very, very long time. But you can't knock Webb for doing this, because if he goes to Cal, that's a pretty good pickup right there. That offense is exactly just like Texas Tech, maybe a little bit better, but who knows? Jake Spividal is now there. Who knows if it's any better? But same type of offense, much more different than Colorado, or at least Colorado's trying to keep up and do something and trying to adapt. California's already got it. You got Sonny Dykes over there. And obviously Jared Goff has just gone to the NFL, about to, and so you step in there and you're going to have scouts are going to be there. A lot more scouts than they would be at Colorado, which is good for you, which is good. Have some exposure, and you're in California. Why not go? And you get a great, graduate degree or half a graduate degree at California. Then you're looking at Auburn. I think would be the worst case for him, because even though they kind of run that same offense, it is a bigger school, but I don't know if that's just a best overall scenario for him. I think you just rather play at Colorado, because you go to Auburn and let's say you don't beat Jeremy Johnson. What if they want to go with him because he's more athletic than you? And they want to keep giving Jeremy Johnson a chance. Then there goes your shot. And you just wasted your last year of college. Mississippi State, you could take over that program. Dak Prescott is now gone. The offense is, almost all similar now. And you could take over that program, but you're not going to be surrounded by the same type of talent. You got a better chance to win at Cal. You got a better chance to win at Auburn. And if you're really that good, you might even be able to pull a few wins for Colorado. So, and I get it. A lot of people are going, oh, go to the bigger school, go to SEC. It's not always about that. If it's his situation, that's what it matters. And hopefully Davis Webb stays with the Buffaloes, but if not, I would pick Cal out of all those schools. That's just me. Some good news. Florida and the University of Miami will renew their rivalry in 2019 as the Gators and the Hurricanes will face off in Orlando as part of a Camping World kickoff games. Yeah, they switched their names. It's formerly known as the Citrus Bowl, and they're now switching to Camping World. God, these names are stupid. Miami leads the all-time series with Florida 29-26, but they haven't played each other since 2013, and that's when the Canes won at home 21-16. Now, the programs, they've met annually, and they should. They should always play each other. That happened until 1987, and that's when it all stopped. Obviously, Miami was just a dominant beast, but, I think it's something. Miami, Florida State, and Florida, those three schools should always play each other in every single sport, every single year. There should not be anything different. They should always play each other once a year, because why not? Why not? Because I love it. Miami, Florida State. I mean, that's a rivalry you want. You got to have it. Got to have it. And what else? So the 2019 game at the Camping World Stadium, again formerly known as the Citrus Bowl, will be the 7th annual or neutral site meeting between the teams, and the second in Orlando, Florida, when Florida beat Miami 19-10 in 1976 game. So it's been a quick minute, a hot minute, as most people say. It's been a while. So we all know, of course, the 2016 NFL Draft is coming up, but I like to have a little bit of fun, guys. I really do. And so that's why I want to talk about the 2017 NFL Draft and who are some of the top players for that. So teams, of course, have already begun looking at the next year's crop of talent, right? Because that might affect their decisions for this year. Because, the running back class for 2017, if some of those juniors come out, is stacked. Loaded. You obviously have Leonard Fournette. You have who else? Who else we got here? I'm already losing my mind. Royce Freeman, Christian McCaffrey, James Conner, if he's healthy and he gets back to this playing level he was at. Dalvin Cook. I mean, you got so many talented first-round type of running backs. I'm sure I'm missing out. I missed a few. But those are definitely some. So, of course, we're going to say our top 10. Early. Super early. Top 10. We haven't even had the 2016 NFL Draft. Depending on when you're listening to this, you might have already heard it. But as of today, the 2016 NFL Draft hasn't happened, and we're already making our top 10 for the 2017 NFL Draft because we're dumb and we like to have fun. Can't knock us for that. Number 1, of course, is Leonard Fournette, running back out of Louisiana State University, LSU Tigers. How can you not? This guy is an absolute beast ever since he stepped on campus in high school, named the number 1 overall player, and he showed that ever since he stepped on campus. Definitely, Leonard Fournette, LSU running back, number 1 overall. Number 2 overall, Deshaun Watson at quarterback, going to be the top overall quarterback coming out, and it's going to be a very weak quarterback class. I mean, if you thought this class was weak, next year's draft is going to be super weak. You're only going to have Deshaun Watson. I'm not sold on Chad Kelly. Don't bring his name up. Don't even say it. Do not say Chad Kelly from Ole Miss. He's going to be one of the top because that's how bad it is. There's Deshaun Watson, there's 50 pile of crap, and then there's the rest of the quarterbacks. Because none of them are developed yet, and none of them are ready for the pro game. Deshaun Watson has the best chance, and he's the top quarterback. Got Deshaun Watson, Clemson quarterback, looking for a national championship this time around. See how he does it, how he improves. There's still obviously some mechanical things he's got to work on, his footwork, his technique, every little thing that we talked about with quarterbacks, he's still got to work on and improve, but he's the top overall quarterback. Then after him is Christian McCaffrey, running back, kick returner, just about doing everything. He'll paint your back porch. The Stanford running back is, if he jumps, out of his junior year, this guy is something else. I mean, absolutely incredible. We all know Christian McCaffrey. We all know him. So definitely up there at number 3. After that, I got a tie here because it depends on the team's needs, of course. And obviously, this is a top 10, your big board. But Cam Robinson, offensive tackle from Alabama, 6'6", big guy, offensive tackle for Alabama. And we all know how the blind side needs for every team. And Cam Robinson is just that guy. He is legit. He's really good. And then you have Myles Garrett, the defensive end from Texas A&M. Another guy who is honestly the best pass rusher, at least on paper, from what we've seen right now, is the best pass rusher in college football and for the 2017 NFL Draft. He's that good. And I got it at a tie at 3 right now because depending on what the team would need, offensive tackle, best guy is Cam Robinson. Best defensive end is Myles Garrett. After that, we have Dalvin Cook, running back from Florida State. I mean, this guy is he does almost the same amount of work as all these other running backs. Yet doesn't get his name out there, doesn't get his credibility. He's always talked afterwards, and he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, so he might actually jump up higher. I mean, he can catch out of the backfield. Does just about everything. Maybe he's a better fit for some teams than Leonard Fournette is. Fournette's just that powerful runner. Doesn't block that great. I know LSU fans are going to jump on me. Doesn't really catch out of the backfield that great. He does, but not great. Dalvin Cook, he can make you miss. Leonard Fournette's just going to try to run through you, and that's going to wear and tear after a while. Then after that, we have Malik McDowell, defensive tackle from Michigan State, big body man, and best defensive tackle out there right now. After that, it's kind of just, there's not really big-time players. You have Brad Kaya, quarterback at Miami. Can he be, he's been accurate his first 2 years. Now he's got Mark Rich, pro-style offense, much better head coach than, I'm not even going to say his name because he was just that bad. He comes in maybe feels more comfortable, maybe even gets better. You have top 2 quarterbacks, and I would love a Watson-Kaya combination, but maybe Kaya feels like he needs to stay another year. He's only going to be a junior this season. Maybe he feels like he needs to stay, so Kaya kind of, on the board. Jalen Tabor, cornerback at Florida. Now, obviously, Vernon Hargreaves gets all the talk, but this guy has been, honestly, might even better than Hargreaves. Had 4 interceptions last year for the Gators, and at 6 foot, 200 pounds, much bigger than Vernon Hargreaves. This guy probably has the more upside and better talent. Obviously, he's going to be a year later, though. So, probably the best cornerback out of there. And then you have Jabril Peppers, safety out of Michigan, the do-it-all man as well, plays offense and defense. But honestly, it's like he's got to stay at one position. He's pretty good at a lot of things, but he's not great at one thing. And to be a top 10 draft pick, you got to be great at one thing. So he's really going to have to make a decision here to say, am I going to play receiver or, be an X-type player on offense where I'm just everywhere? Or do I want to be that lockdown safety where NFL scouts are taking me seriously and I can transition my game a little bit better? What is he going to do? Because he could definitely get drafted for either side. Receiver, and I'm just going to label it an X. It's just an OW. He's an offensive weapon. That's going to be a lot lower. If he goes and plays serious defensive back, and you're looking at a first-round guy. So we'll have to see. Just having a little bit of fun. Of course, people are going to say, no, this guy needs to be in it. No, this guy shouldn't be in it. I don't care. I'm having a little bit of fun. You can too. You can let me know in the comment section down below who you believe is in your top 10, who's going to be drafted. Maybe Christian McCaffrey doesn't come out. I doubt that. I think he does. But it's going to be definitely interesting to see. So now that we got to this point, and we're wrapping up with college football, I want to play the interview with Michael Rakpo and talk about InnerGrind. Definitely need to check this out, guys. Again, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain muscle mass, for you young athletes out there trying to find the right offseason program, take it from former Texas State linebacker Michael Rakpo. Learn from him. Whether you're in the Houston, Texas area or not, you can be all the way in New York. You can be out of the country. It doesn't matter. He's got a specific personalized plan just for you. And I'm not just saying that. I've already got mine. Again, I'm 5'11", 150 pounds, $150, skinny guy. And I'm about to gain 2 to 3 pounds a week. Not just fat, a muscle. I'm working. I'm excited. I got my grocery list already. I'm going to go this weekend. And then come Monday, that's day one. That's day one. Actually, Sunday, I think. Yeah, we're going Sunday because May 1st. I got the new month coming up. Boom. Starting right then and there. So definitely check it out. Here's a full-length interview. If you haven't seen the other interview, the half interview really, on YouTube, check it out over there as well. Got some graphics, some other cool stuff, and you hear some other information as well. Here is the interview with Michael Rakpo with InnerGrind. Unleash your inner grind. Folks, we have former Texas State linebacker Michael Rakpo with us here to talk about his new profession and his love, InnerGrind, which is now a new sponsor of the show. Michael, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
Now, we'll talk about InnerGrind here in just a second, but first I want to talk about you. Now, you're a great example of overcoming some difficult situations and making a change for the better. Your college path was different and tough. You originally, committed to Baylor, but ended up going to Colorado State, where you had a very successful year. Ran into some trouble, and then you transferred to Texas State, where you turned your career around for the better. Now, for people that don't know, you became a force at the middle linebacker position for Texas State in 2013, racking up 71 tackles and team-leading 4.5 sacks and 10 tackles for a loss. Now, unfortunately, just 2 games into your senior year, you suffered a major knee injury, tearing your ACL and MCL that ended your college career. Now, through all of that, how has that shaped you into who you are today, and what could you tell younger athletes?
Oh, man, it really, it shaped me into, the person I am today. Because, most importantly, it helped me realize that, you really have to be prepared for life hits you with all kind of different things. You get all kind of different bumps in the road, and you just have to press on. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know any of those injuries, so I pretty much was injury free up until my senior year. Me being a Senior Bowl watch list, preseason, this, that, and all of that, and then boom, injury. So, had I not taken care of my business in the classroom and got my degree and really built myself up for what I'm doing right now with business, then no telling where I could have been. So I'm really. It's crazy how things happen because right now it's just setting myself up into kind of like what I'm doing right now with things. So,
right now. Most people will, recognize your last name from your brother Brian Orakpo, who played at the University of Texas and currently with the Tennessee Titans. How has he influenced you during your time on and off the field?
Man, that man is, my brother, he was a big influence. He was like a father figure in my life. My dad, wasn't there every single day. So, my brother, we're quite we're 5 years apart. So, I looked up to him. Everything he was doing, I wanted to do. So he really led by example, and he led me the right way in everything he was doing. So the moment he, started playing college football, I knew that I wanted to play Division I football. So, definitely, he had a big influence on my life, still today.
All right. And after being named the number 4 freak in the nation by Bruce Feldman of Fox Sports, what got you started with InnerGrind?
Man, you know what? I always knew. It was funny because I kind of talked about this while I was still playing. And I believe it was 2014 when I first started talking about like my dreams after playing was to get a gym, to start training, because it just came natural to me. It came natural after I realized I was a skinny kid and I thought that I could never gain weight, get bigger and just build my body. And I really started to take care of my own body, and I started being kind of a junkie with it, just learning how the body works and transitioning over to the football field. So after that, I knew that eventually I wanted to start training people and help people understand, help athletes understand that what you put into your body is crucial in what they're doing on the field, on the court, or whatever. So InnerGrind was created because it really unleashes everybody has that inner grind and inner drive. Some people don't know how to tap into it. So my job, as you can, I'm on the field. I'm a high energy guy, real high energy guy. So I like to bring that inner grind, that inner drive out of each and every one of my clients, so that they can reach their full potential.
Now, and exactly with that, what are some things people could gain from joining InnerGrind?
So from joining InnerGrind, people, I ask people all the time, do you work out? You know what I'm saying? Do you go to the gym? How often do you work out? They tell me, I work out, but I'm not able to. I'm still struggling on, losing this and this amount of weight, or I can't seem to gain weight. And, so InnerGrind was created to give people a blueprint on exactly what they need to do. Okay, I recommend everybody become complete members because nutrition is 90%, of you getting to where you need to go. You can work out for hours and hours every single day. If you're not putting the right things in your body, then it's pointless. So what InnerGrind does is it provides you with daily workouts catered to whatever goals you have. Whether it's weight loss, weight gain, sports performance, whatever it may be, we have different programs for that. And then the nutrition plans, what they do is they create daily meal plans, and they'll give you those grocery lists to go and buy, and then it'll tell you exactly what you need to eat from morning till nighttime to reach your goals.
That's perfect. And for listeners that are not in the Houston area or even in the state of Texas, what can InnerGrind offer them? Because I saw something special on that.
Yeah, so that's the whole point of InnerGrind. So for my Houston people, hit me up. I do personal training here in Houston. I have, athletes from all the way up to the NFL. I have fitness clients. But for my non-Houston people, that is really a big part of what InnerGrind is about. I'm kind of really excited because, we got our first, member that was outside of the United States, out of the UK. And he's now an InnerGrind member because it's the same system everywhere. You can go online and you can pay for the membership, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to do in the gym. It'll give you nutrition plans, okay? Eggs is, where you buy the eggs in Michigan or you buy your eggs in London, it don't matter. You can buy wherever you want. Whatever it says on the nutrition plan, you can go to the grocery store, pick it up, and it's going to work if you just follow the plan. So that's the great thing about InnerGrind.com.
And that's perfect for people that, saying they need to have their own schedule and maybe can't make it. This is a perfect thing for them to be able to do it on their own schedule and also stay on schedule with whatever the program might be.
Exactly. And we also have to, even if you are a personal trainer and like myself, I can't see my clients. Financially, I just can't see my clients every single day. People don't have the time or the money. So on the times that I don't see my clients, they're InnerGrind members, so I can just tell them, hey, go on there and complete the whatever workout program. We have so many different ones, and then they can just do those when they're not seeing them. So when they come in, I can just be training them, and then InnerGrind will train them when they're outside of the gym.
That's perfect. So, one quick thought. Now that you've graduated from Texas State and been out for a while, what are your thoughts on Texas State's new head coach, Everett Withers?
Oh, man, his approach is perfect. I love the approach. It's the same kind of vibe I got when the new head coach from at Colorado State came in. And he really changed that program around. He has to put the Everett Withers footprint on that football team. He's doing it. You know what I'm saying? You're either rolling with him or you're not. So I love his approach. He's really grinding them out. All the boys are telling me how hard they're working down there. Man, he hit the ground running. I'm excited to see what the Bobcats this year.
Awesome. And just a quick question. So your former teammates Craig Mager and Joe Bartu, they created now a once-a-year football camp here in San Marcos. Will you join that or incorporate something with that coming back to San Marcos, or is it strictly Houston?
Yeah, both of them, they're in that area, and it would have been a good opportunity. I'm just not ready for that for myself yet. But me and Craig are working on some things. We're working on something. Yeah, I'm not going to tell people right now. But, we got a big announcement coming, in a couple months. So we'll keep you guys up to date with everything.
Bam, you heard it here first on the Short Sports Shot. It was just a throw in a dart. I put it on here. I was like, well, let's just see if something comes up. And there you go. Got something.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to be, and I plan on being one of your successful transformations. Now, I'm only 5'11", about $150. So I'm excited to see what InnerGrind can do for me and for the other listeners, because I'm excited about this. And I've been watching your posts and seeing how everything is, and I was like, this is just an amazing opportunity. So I'm really excited for this.
Man, I'm excited too. I'm excited to get ready going on you, man. So we're going to get you ready to do.
All right, well, I appreciate it, Michael. You can find more information on InnerGrind on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All links are in the description down below. And also, there's other guys that have been a part of it. Titans linebacker Brian Orakpo, Michael's brother. Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson. Bears linebacker Jarrell Freeman. Panthers linebacker David Mayo. It's a linebacker university over there. And also Buccaneers running back Charles Sims, along with many other athletes, have already began. Workout plans start at $6.99 a month, so join now. Again, InnerGrind.com. All links are in the description down below. Michael, I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the show, but I want to say first off, thank you for all of your support. Without you, I'd just be some guy talking to a microphone. And I got some amazing news. I recently joined Patreon. And in case you're wondering, Patreon is an amazing way for you to earn some sweet rewards by supporting The Short Sports Show. I promise you, you will love the perks, and your support will help build this show. Go to www.patreon.com/theshortsportshow and view the amazing rewards you would get directly from me to you by donating to the show. The link is in the description, so when you have some time, check it out. And again, thank you for listening and supporting The Short Sports Show. Now back to me rambling on about something. So as we switch over to the NFL, we got some pretty interesting news right now coming into the show. Obviously, depending on when you guys have heard this, it could be old. But right now, as of 8:30 this morning, a.m. Central Time, we have general manager of the 49ers saying that it's possible, Trent Ballock said that it's possible Colin Kaepernick could be traded this week, which would be huge. And that obviously means during the NFL draft for extra picks, maybe they feel Broncos want to get him. Maybe who knows? It's going to be interesting. I love it. Absolutely love it. I don't know if you guys saw that picture of Colin Kaepernick that said that, or it showed him. I'm trying to tweet that at the same time, so I'm trying to talk. Showed him, and he was a lot skinnier than normal. He's got this afro growing, which he's usually always had like a kind of an afro, but it's a little scary if he's really getting that skinny. You'd think he'd be working right now, but I don't know. He's probably just taking a chill. So it's definitely interesting to see. But all right, put the phone up. Got the phone away. The Philadelphia Eagles, obviously, and this is a little bit old, but we're going to talk, kind of mix it up here. Obviously, they've been informed that quarterback Sam Bradford wants to be traded, despite mixed reports. There's been, obviously, it came out saying he wanted to be traded. Then it came out, no, he doesn't want to trade. He wants to stay. He's going to prove himself. He's going to be a starter, blah, blah, blah. And then a day or two after that, he wants to be traded. It's official. He wants out. He wants out of there. And apparently because he's upset that the Eagles trade last week for that number 2 overall pick. Now, he re-signed with the Eagles early in the offseason, quote, is mad and wants to show everyone who's best. Really? How about you play a full year and then show me who's healthy? That's what I want to know. Now, obviously, it is kind of fishy that the Eagles would make all those signings because they got Sam Bradford, they got Chase Daniels, and that's $34 million in guaranteed money to those quarterbacks for trading up, wasting some draft picks now you gave to the Browns. Good job by the Browns, by the way. And you're now going to get a backup quarterback again that you're going to have to spend another $20 million guaranteed dollars on for his next 3 to 4 years? That sure seems like a lot of money for 3 quarterbacks that only one can play. Yeah, definitely strange. Eagles and the Rams I honestly think, and I'm saying this right now, and I tweeted this a couple weeks ago, so I'm on the first to say it. And that is, this might possibly be, and I'm going to go ahead and just label it, the worst 2 trades in NFL history. The worst 2 trades in NFL history. Not in the same year, but I'm talking about in the history. Because the Rams shouldn't have traded all those picks for Jared Goff or Carson Wentz, whoever decides to be. And the Eagles should have never done this either. There's so many more holes for these teams. Rams are on the verge of playoffs. I mean, you can't go average every single year and just say, all right, we're not going to fill any more needs, even though we lost a couple corners. We're going to just go ahead and just get another quarterback, throw in the mix. This is stupid by the Rams. Very, very stupid. And the Eagles, same thing. Same thing. Another stupid move. You have needs at running back. You have needs at defensive line. At defensive backs. You have needs at linebacker. You have needs At offensive line, an extra receiver would be nice that's more consistent. And you have failed because you've given away multiple draft picks for a guy who's going to sit, and you added another $20 million into your 34 total million on 2 terrible quarterbacks. It's bad. Very bad. So I just want to throw it out there. I was out there. Just saying it. Obviously, the federal appeals court ruled that New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady must serve a 4-game deflate suspension imposed by the NFL, overturning a lower judge and siding with the league in a battle of the NFL Player Association. Now, I'm just going to put this out there. I'm going to talk quick because I'm sure you guys have already heard about this. And this is what I'm just going to say. Obviously, Tom Brady's agent and Tom Brady both knew this could happen again. He could be suspended for 4 games. That is why when he signed a 2-year contract extension during the offseason, he dropped his salary from $9 million to $1 million. And doing so, Brady saved about $1.6 million in lost salary during the 4-game suspension. So he backloaded it. Usually, most contracts in the NFL, the average contract, and actually about 80%, other than your star athletes who are able to leverage and get whatever they want, but your normal athlete, your normal NFL player, their contract, they're paid is each game, and it's 1/16 of that entire contract because it's 16-game schedule they play. So that is how it is. So Tom Brady, when he had such a big salary, that huge chunk would have been missing those 4 games. Instead, he said, you know what? We're only going to lose, instead of losing the $1.6 million during that 4 games, we're only going to lose about $200,000. Which to Tom Brady, that's some change you find down on the street. I mean, that's nothing to him. To us, that's $200,000. I don't even make that my whole time working right now. My whole 3 years I've worked, 3 or 4 or 5 years. How long has it been? It's been about 4 years I've worked. I have not came close to 200,000. I'm guessing that a lot of people are in the same boat. So Tom Brady to him, that's all right. Whatever, that's chump change. I don't care. Take that. See, I'll donate it. And I feel bad for the Browns because even when they don't play, they still lose. It's crazy how that works, right? So Brady's going to miss the Arizona Cardinals game week 1. Sunday night, by the way. Then they play the Miami Dolphins, the Houston Texans, and the Buffalo Bills. He will miss all 4 of those games. He will be eligible for week 5. No other than the Cleveland Browns get to play him. So right when he comes back, the Cleveland Browns, who are most likely going to be struggling by week 5, or finding out that, hey, this isn't working, that we just got rid of all of our players, they now have to, take on Tom Brady. And he's going to be angry. And he's got something to prove. And here we go. Now, there's obviously people talking about, this isn't going to the Supreme Court, by the way. That's the next step after this. And it's not going to happen. I know all you Brady fans, you Patriots fans, and for people that just don't understand how this thing works, the Supreme Court, all 21 judges it is or something like that, are not going to want to hear this case. And for you to think that you want them to hear this shows you, I'm not going to call you dumb, but I'm not saying it's a very smart decision. It's a very bad decision if you think that. There's so many other cases that will affect multiple lives that are more important situations and things. And I'm not trying to get too political, but there are certain cases much more important than a guy playing football and whether he plays the first 4 games or not. If you truly think this needs to go to Supreme Court, I'm not calling you dumb, but I'm not calling you smart either, because you are so out of touch with life itself. If you think this needs to be heard, this has gone too far as it is already. And if you think this needs to go to the Supreme Court, you are so out of touch, because there's so many more cases and so many more topics and issues that actually matter in life that are more important than some guy playing a kid's game and getting paid ridiculous amount of money. Because that's all it is. It really is, guys. So it's not going to Supreme Court, no matter how much they fight it. I know Tom Brady's got a buckload of money. Trust me, we all know that. But it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter how much money he pays for his attorneys and lawyers and whatever. It's not happening. So now the talk is, well, whether maybe he tries to negotiate with Roger Goodell himself and say, all right, just give me a 1 or 2 game suspension, most likely 2 games, and we square our beef right now. Squash it. That's probably not going to happen either. Probably not going to happen. Now, I said when this happened, and I think we all thought this was dead a long time ago, but apparently came right back to life, that I said that he should have just taken the 4-game suspension. It should have just happened, get it over with last year. Because he was a part of it. Whether he told those equipment managers to purposely deflate the balls, he was still a part of it. And I'm not a Tom Brady hater, even though you're automatically apparently a Tom Brady hater when you say this, that he should have just had the 4-game suspension. You know, I think the losing the draft picks and getting docked in pay and stuff like that was probably excessive, but 4 games, boom, get it over with. It's just 4 games. You're still going to win 12. I mean, that's just the Patriots. That's just Tom Brady. That's his life. So get it over with. You're playing the Cardinals. It's going to be a tough matchup anyways. And you got the Dolphins, probably going to win that with or without Brady. You got the Texans. You're most likely going to win that without Brady. And you got the Bills. That's a lot tougher. Then you got the Browns. You got to inflict all your pain and suffering on the Browns. It's just the Browns. It's just Cleveland. Who cares? So, you know, this is just dumb. It's dumb it's gone through this. It's just a big ego thing and not wanting to be wrong. I don't side on Goodell because I don't like Roger Goodell either. I think he's the worst NFL commissioner they've ever had. I wish we can get a new one. I think there should be term limits. Just basically, he's the president of the league, and the president of the United States gets reelected or elected every 4 years. Why can't we do that with the commissioner? Why does this guy make $40 million a year for sitting on his butt doing nothing? I'll take his job. I'll do a damn much better job than him. Trust me. I might not get into all the legal and much through detail on this, but I will make much more better decisions, and I will make this game much more fun than dealing with all these issues that Roger Goodell decides to put himself into. So that is just my take, and I think all of us could do a much better job. I really think we could. Funny thing happened with Josh Norman. He, of course, said that he wanted to stay with the Carolina Panthers. He really did. That he made in a last-minute attempt to sign the franchise tag after he was rescinded. He was basically, and this is when bluffing went wrong. He was bluffing the whole time. Carolina Panthers weren't. David Gettleman was not. And he was like, all right, fine. And Josh Norman, he was bluffing. And it's funny that no one's really talked about it other than, no one said that he just got caught bluffing. Because he wanted more money. Said that he was not going to sign that franchise tag, that he felt belittled by it, that he wanted, $2 more million out of it? Because the guaranteed tag would have got him $13.952 million. And he was looking for $14 to $15 million a year. Really? This is what throws me off so badly. Because what is $2 million more? What is $2 more million going to do for you? Going to buy you another boat? Buy you another car? Another Bentley? Is it that important? Seriously. And I get majority of these contracts get taken away from taxes, so it drops down to a lot less than we really think. Even though we see these big numbers, it drops down more. I get it. But is $2 million more really going to hurt you? Right now, that if he signed that franchise tag, if he was smart with his money from what he's already made, from endorsement deals, and to now, because he's a Carolina boy. He really is. He's raised in Carolina, South Carolina, I believe, went to Coastal Carolina, and is drafted by or is picked up by the Carolina Panthers. I mean, you're at home. You got endorsement deals. If you saved your money right and you used it right, you should be good. And if you signed this franchise tender, which was guaranteed, by the way, again, guaranteed $13.952 million just in 1 year alone, if you were to break your leg or become paralyzed and you could never play football ever again, you could retire and your kids could go to school. They could go to any college they want to, and you would be taken care of if you spent your money right. You would have been fine. So is $2 million more really a make or break deal? Apparently it was to him. Now, you bluffing the whole time. Dave Gettleman, Panthers general manager, was not. Said it was too late. And boom, that was it. Said paperwork's done. You had your choice. You wanted more money. You wanted to become greedy. This is what you get. Go play for Washington when you won't be making the playoffs. Because, I mean, be serious, guys. If Tony Romo was healthy, does Washington really win the NFC East? No. Giants are going to get better. Washington is not going to win the NFC East. Kirk Cousins can't keep this up too long. He's a terrible quarterback, by the way. And just because Washington feels like, all right, we need a defensive back help, we got Josh Norman, we're good. There's a guy there's three other guys that got to line up beside him. I'm just saying. Good luck, Josh Norman. Good luck. I hope greed got you exactly what you wanted. Because not looking good for you at all, bud. Especially if you get burned. When you got to play Dez Bryant, you got to open up with Dez Bryant and Antonio Brown and Odell Beckham. And you slip up even just one time, Washington's not going to help you. Washington always overpays for these NFL players in offseason. Never translate into wins. Just saying. Johnny Manziel, don't care. Indicted by Dallas County grand jury. A misdemeanor at that. Really? They could have forced him into rehab, and they said no. Guess where he was last night? After being indicted by the Dallas County grand jury on a misdemeanor assault charge that can carry a maximum punishment of 1 year in jail and a $4,000 fine. Guess where he was last night, guys? Another freaking party. Joe Hayden was there. It's ridiculous. It truly is. I hope Johnny Manziel goes to jail. I really do. I hope he gets 1 year. I hope he gets more. And why the Dallas County didn't force him to go to rehab, because they easily could have, is beyond me. And I bet he gets just community service and maybe that $4,000 fine. It's ridiculous. It really is. For the first time in a very long time, the NFL has notified all 32 teams that no player tested positive in drug testing at the February's scouting combine. They obviously do drug testing a week before the draft, and they distribute those results of the drug test a week before the draft, and about a handful of names usually come up, which is really stupid. That makes you make sure you don't draft them, because it's like these guys are told they're gonna get drug tested at the combine. I mean, it hasn't changed. It's been like that since the beginning, and there's still idiots that fail the drug test. Well, not one player came up. It's the first time since 2010 that none of them have been flagged, which is good. Really good. Brandon Carr has agreed to a significant pay cut for the Dallas Cowboys. He is in his final year of a 5-year, $50 million deal he signed back in 2012 as a free agent. He was set to count $13.8 million against the cap in 2016, but now his new base salary will be $4.25 million. He will receive $1 million in roster bonus on May 1st and can earn up to $250,000 per game in roster bonuses. He can also earn an extra $500,000 in incentives. This move creates a roughly $3.6 million in salary cap space, which is good for the Cowboys. Helps them draft picks. And when it comes to undrafted free agents, stuff like that, they can make a little bit more moves and be more flexible with things, which is really good for the Cowboys. And Brandon Carr, the one positive thing about Brandon Carr, he has not missed a game since he signed with the Cowboys. Actually, I don't think in his career he's missed a game. I know for sure with the Cowboys, might not even be in his entire career. Hasn't missed a game at all. But he sucks. He's really bad. Oh, man. All right, let's see. I'm going to skip that one. It's not worth talking about anymore. Oakland Raiders owner Mark Davis will attend a meeting with Nevada tourism officials Thursday in Las Vegas to discuss relocating to a proposed domed stadium there. A source in the Nevada governor's Office of Economic Development confirmed to ESPN. Davis is scheduled to appear at the Southern Nevada Tourism Infrastructure Committee meeting around at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday in Las Vegas. The meeting will include more about a $1.3 billion stadium project being proposed by casino mogul Sheldon Eldison and a real estate agency, Majestic Reality. A casino mogul is going to help pay for this stadium. We are so worried about gambling, this daily fantasy stuff. Now we're going to let an NFL franchise move to Las Vegas by a guy who's a casino mogul. Hello? What? Exactly. The Raiders have signed, of course, a one-year lease for the 2016 season at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum. The lease includes two one-year options for 2017 and 2018, but it has jumped up dramatically in price. I believe it went from like a couple $100,000 to several $1 million just to rent that now. And also, Davis, he had already met with Ellison and toured UNLV's Sam Boyd Stadium as a potential temporary home, which is a very small stadium, by the way. The location for the proposed Las Vegas stadium is a 42-acre lot a few blocks off the Strip. Of course it is. Of course it is. Now, obviously, Los Angeles remains an option for the Raiders. If the San Diego Chargers elect to remain in San Diego instead of joining the Los Angeles Rams in Inglewood, California, then Raiders are the next guy's up. Now, the Chargers, they have until January 15th of 2017 to decide whether they want to join the Rams and become a partner with them. And really, it's not really a partnership because they're actually below them. The Rams have like all this upper hand on the Chargers or the Raiders, whoever it is, in LA. But here's the kicker. The deadline could be extended until January 15th of 2018 if a referendum, for public financing in San Diego is not approved before November 15th of this year. That's a $1.8 billion stadium project for the Chargers that they have proposed. And most likely, San Diego is not going to pick that up. They are not going to pick up the Chargers option. They just don't. They're lazy. They don't want to pay the money. So it's going to be weird. Honestly, for the Raiders, I'm telling you guys, I don't want the Las Vegas thing to happen. If the Raiders move anywhere instead of LA and they don't stay in Oakland, which I wish they would just stay in Oakland. I wish the A's and the Raiders come together and say, let's just put all our money into it, get help by the Major League Baseball and the NFL, and let's build a huge stadium together and just do it. I would like that. But if that doesn't happen, I don't want them going to Las Vegas. I want them coming to San Antonio and make it work. San Antonio, bigger media market, by the way. So I don't want to hear that, Las Vegas has this, has that. No. San Antonio. Obviously, it would help them out a ton. And I know people are thinking, Jerry Jones won't let it happen. There are about 31 other owners. Actually, it wouldn't count the Raiders. Or it would count the Raiders' vote. There are 31 other owners that are going to have to vote. Jerry Jones doesn't run the state of Texas, by the way, guys. I don't know if you guys knew that. Obviously, the Texans, they can't do a damn thing about it either. So, if you wanted to, you could go to San Antonio. And honestly, that's where I'd go. Go to San Antonio, pick up that market, and rock with it. You're black and silver. The San Antonio Spurs, who are very successful, by the way, black and silver. Works out perfectly. Talk about endorsements. Talk about marketing. Talk about partnerships. Bam. Right there and then it could happen. But you want to go to Las Vegas where it's really, I don't know, when I think of Las Vegas, like most people think, oh, when I turn 21, I can't wait to go to Las Vegas, go gamble, go drinking, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, no disrespect to anybody in Las Vegas, you know, I'm in San Marcos. It's not the greatest. But I don't know. When I think of Las Vegas, I got to go take a shower. I feel dirty. I feel dirty thinking about it. I don't know. Gambling, excuse me. I can't see it being that fun because I don't have money. And when you got to have money to gamble. Sure, you can have just a couple bucks, but I mean, you got to make it fun. And, you know, I don't know. I just don't find it that fun. I've been to every state on the West Coast except for Utah. And I've seen the beauty of the West Coast. And I know there's so much more out there. I'd much rather use my money to go visit somewhere else than Las Vegas on my 21st birthday. I'd much rather go back to Seattle and enjoy there. You know, I'm weird. That's just me. Last bit of news for the NFL is move on to the NBA and wrap up the show. Eastern Kentucky linebacker Noah Spence did something I really like, and I think this is actually going to help him. This is a very quick way to jump up on the board for a lot of teams. Noah Spence, whom the Big Ten banned after multiple positive drug tests at Ohio State, this week sent each of the 32 NFL teams the past 20, ladies and gentlemen, drug tests he has conducted since last May, as per league sources. Spence is, of course, attempting to prove the NFL teams that, hey, he's past all of that, that he's moved on, he's matured, and he's serious about this, and he just wants that chance. He really does. Spence at Eastern Kentucky conducted 5 drug tests from May through December. Then an independent drug testing company conducted 15 more each week from January until this week. All of the results were sent via FedEx to all NFL teams this week to review before Thursday night's draft. If drafted, Spence will not enter the NFL's will not enter the NFL in the drug program. His positive tests so far are far enough in the past that they won't count against him. So he would be a normal NFL player. Wouldn't have to go into certain policies, like Randy Gregory did and a few other guys that were stupid and smoked weed right before the NFL draft and combine and stuff like that. You just say, look, I'm clean. And if you think about the first 5 of those drug tests, again, the ones that came from May through December, those are random by the university. Those are random, or at least supposed to be. Because then obviously the independent drug testing conducting 15 more each week, then, obviously it's each week, so he knows it's coming up, so he knows not to screw up. But the other 5, from May through December, that's a long time period, and those are random. So he could have been caught up at any point, and he didn't. He passed all of them. So big news for him, and I hope this really helps him get drafted and move up there into the ranks, because this guy's going to be really good. He's going to be something special, and I hope he gets that chance now and move on, and teams move on from that past, because there's other players like Sean Oakman who apparently can't. Today's show is sponsored by InnerGrind. Based out of Houston, Texas, let former Texas State linebacker Michael Arakpo help you reach your fitness and nutrition goals. With plans starting at $6.99 a month, why not be a part of this rising program? Whether your goals are to lose weight, gain muscle mass, find the right off-season program, or even for you ladies out there to get that booty blast, you can do it all with InnerGrind. Not in the Houston area, not a problem. InnerGrind has a program that is personalized just for you. InnerGrind has everything you need to meet your personal and healthy goals. NFL linebackers like Titans Brian Arakpo, Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson, Oakland Raiders defensive back DJ Hayden. I mean, the list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers linebacker David Mayo and Buccaneers running back Charles Sims, along with many other young athletes, have already begun. Find your personalized workout and nutrition plan at InnerGrind.com and call 832-475-2829. Again, that's InnerGrind.com, 832-475-2829. Unleash your inner grind. NBA news, just a little bit, is obviously point guard Chris Paul suffered a fractured right hand in Monday night's loss to the Portland Trail Blazers and is out for the playoffs, as well as Blake Griffin. He will miss the remainder of postseason, no matter, even if the Clippers somehow went to the finals and played 7 games in the finals. He is out. Chris Paul, on the other hand, he would have a chance then, I guess, theoretically, to come back. The series is tied 2-2 as the Clips host the Trailblazers tonight, 9 p.m. Central Time on NBA TV. The winner of the series will go on to face the Golden State Warriors if they can wrap it up with the Rockets, which they should, I believe, tonight as well. And Stephen Curry, as we all know, will miss the next 2 weeks with the sprained right MCL. He should have never played. He really shouldn't. And I know it's like, oh, you say that now because he hurt himself worse. No, an ankle, especially him having having weak ankles basically throughout his career. He should have never came back until after the series was over, because we all knew that they were going to handle the Rockets, and they have been. Sure, Rockets get that game, they win that last game, whatever, but it's controversial. It took a lot. They tried very, very hard while the Warriors doing their thing. Curry comes in, and now he hurts himself. And who knows what's going to happen. But, Golden State, they get the lucky part, because if the Clippers somehow do beat the Trailblazers, it's most likely going to go 7 games now because these guys being hurt. They're going to be tired. They're now weak and injured. And now you're going to you got to take them on. You have a better chance of closing that. You play Trailblazers, and Trailblazers win this in 6. And Trailblazers hot right now. They're healthy. There could be something different. And you're gonna have Curry. So we'll see. Curry, of course, is going to be scheduled for reevaluation in 2 weeks. And that doesn't mean he's coming back in 2 weeks. It means that we're going to check him out, and we're going to hope that he can come back. See, we shall see. Boston Celtics point guard Isaiah Thomas suffered a mild left ankle sprain during the fourth quarter of Tuesday night's 110-83 Game 5 loss to the Atlanta Hawks, but was admitted he will play in Thursday's Game 6. Quote, "I'm great. Ready for Game 6. I'm playing no matter what. I'm not going to sit out. I just tweaked it. I tweaked it in Game 4 as well in the fourth quarter, so I just tweaked it again. And it hurt right when it happened, but I came back to the locker room, and I'll be all right," end quote. We'll see. Hopefully Boston keep it alive. I'm loving this series. I hope it does go to the full Game 7. And hopefully Boston can pull it out, because I do like the Boston Celtics a lot. And it'd be good for Brad Stevens. Show that he's getting better. He's getting better. Boston, honestly, probably not going to get it done. I mean, it's blown out. It's bad. Multiple times they've been blown out in the series. Atlanta just looks like they're ready to take on. Would they take on the Cavs? Or are they the higher seed? No, I think they take on the Cavs. I believe so. So, Cavs over there, and the Cavs and the Spurs, they're just relaxing, little shoot around, and just chilling. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's show. I'm excited. We got the NFL draft tomorrow night, Thursday night. I am excited. Hopefully the Chargers don't screw this up. I really hope they don't screw it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. Share it with your friends and family. Become a fan on Facebook, The Short Sports Show. Follow me on Twitter, @Short Sports Show. All links are in the description down below. Support the show on Patreon. Ladies and gentlemen, Patreon helps me, helps you. No, you get some amazing gifts, amazing perks on there by directly supporting the show. It does me a huge amount, because it helps pay some bills around here, but also it helps directly for the show. It really does. Helps me get, hopefully I'm going to try to get some lights in here, much more professional lights around here. And, of course, upgrading some software and getting a brand new mixer. I've noticed that the show's been a little bit quieter. I've tried mixing with some settings here with Adobe Audition. And honestly, I think it's just better, because when I bought this mixer, it wasn't cheap, because it was still like about $100. But there were some others that were a little bit better, but I just couldn't pay for it at the time. So with your help and your donation to the Short Sports Show, I'll be able to get a better mixer and really improve the quality overall of the show, and also speed up some of the video rendering so I can make more videos like I wanted to. I actually had a green screen that I've been wanting to use, but videos are just taking way too long. So again, all of that would help. Patreon.com. It all in the description down below. But again, guys, thank you so much. Check out InnerGrind.com. Unleash your inner grind. Find and change your new health lifestyle. It's absolutely amazing. Unleash your inner grind with InnerGrind.com. Link is down in the description down below, as well as Patreon. Check those sites out. You get free t-shirts. You get some bumper stickers. You got to be on the show. We're going to talk. Talk to me. I can talk to you. We can be friends. Check it out. Patreon, InnerGrind. Thank you guys again so much for your support. Without you, none of this is possible. I would just be talking into a microphone and doing all this for nothing. So again, thank you guys so much for all of your support. It truly does help. And I wish I could put it in better words, but that's all I really know. It's just thank you. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys next Wednesday. I know we said Mondays, but we had to switch it up because guess what? Work decided to switch it up on me, of course. So I will see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you so much, guys. And as always, God first, God bless, and enjoy the NFL draft.
Forever, I'ma do this here forever. Forever, I'ma do this here forever. Forever, I'ma do this here forever. Forever, I'ma do this here forever.
I done came way too far for me to stop it now. I done worked way too hard just to drop it now. We came